Hello guys, it's me, it's GB and Friends, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Mafi because he's an important character in the RP. If y'all did not know, he is a rare type of skeleton. He is a hybrid of a goat, a wolf, a skeleton dragon, and I forgot what else, but he's GB's stepbrother, and GB's trans, but she's mostly girl, since she looks like a girl. Well, to me. But Mafi is the person who is willing to help anybody and always goes with the flow. He doesn't really mind having friends. When he doesn't have friends, he just gets a little lonely and just wants to kill himself. But, he doesn't really want to be lonely because there's somebody after him. So when he's alone, he feels like that person can show up and stab him in the back. But if you remember DRP when Mafi tried to kill everybody, well, that wasn't Mafi's fault. It was GB's. GB is a bad person or a bad skeleton dragon that is technically a person that's trying to kill everybody, using one person to hate them. So, this is what technically went down. GB told Mafi that, yeah, I'm not making this up. Like, this is actually what happened, but GB told Mafi that if you don't kill everybody, that I'll kill you. And he was like, oh my god, I don't want to die, because then he wasn't lonely. But then when he almost killed everybody, that's when he was like, well, I'm just gonna be lonely about doing this. Like, now Mafi's a wise person. You can trust him, but it's not his fault that he wanted to kill everybody. He's just, those people who are just so innocent that they don't know what's actually gonna happen? That's what he was like. And now he's a little bit grown up, and he's like, wow, now I know what's gonna happen when I trust my stepsister. Oh my god, but still, Mafi's a nice person. You should trust him. He's single because he looks creepy, but he's really not. He's trying to be nice to people. He's trying to let the past go. You guys should know this. Like, he's trying to let the past go, and he can't because of his sister. And his mom and dad died because of a war. And it was sad because they had to hide Mafi when he was like a little tiny 5-year-old. So he wouldn't get killed. And then he went into an orphanage, and then nobody would adopt him until Castor came around and adopted him. And that's when GB and him were stepbrothers and sisters. By the way, Castor is not Gaster. I'm saying that on purpose. Castor is a girl version of Gaster. Because, GB Tail is really messed up. It's like really wacko. But me and Butter were doing an RP. It was called Kingdom Tail. Because, why the frick not? And Butter went to a cliff, and Mafi was there. And he turned around and said, do you remember me? And she said, yeah, and he was like, you shouldn't. I'm not wanted. I'm creepy. I'm not loved. And he's like, yeah, you are. Blah blah blah. I forgot actually what happened, but that's what it kind of went like. And they was like, I want to die. And like, no, no, no. I was like, you gotta help me. And then he took his jacket sleeve and rolled it down, and there was like bandages on his wrist because he cut himself. I'm not trying to make this depressing. That's actually just how he wanted to live his life. But in the regular thing, he doesn't want to die. He's just like, okay, well, if I'm lonely, what am I going to do about it? Mafi's that chill person like GB was once. But if you actually get to know Mafi, you're going to start liking him. He's just going to... He tries to be nice. He tries to settle a fight with not violence, but if he does have to use it, he will. Unlike Josh. Josh Dunn, yeah. Butter loves him, of course. But Butter and Josh Dunn. Oh, God. Josh Dunn, every time somebody touches Butter, he's like, Jesus Christ. But this also happened. Josh came over and Josh and Mafi are like two peas in a pod because they're like best friends. But if you remember one RP, it's where Mafi died. But he wasn't actually dead. Because he can't really die. GB's not dead. Because I didn't record this because my Wi-Fi wasn't working. But one thing happened. Josh beat up GB and then kicked her off a cliff because everybody wanted her to die. Jesus Christ, that was sad to me because, I'm technically GB because I made her and she's my OC, so that was kind of sad. But I didn't mind because I knew it was just an RP. But then, but she's not actually dead because you remember she has two souls, and one side is cracked and the other's rainbow because. So she has like technically 4 lives. But when the 2 rainbow pieces go away, that's when she turns evil. Jamie knows every timeline, and I've only told one friend this because I forgot to tell y'all this, but Jamie knows what's gonna happen. Jamie knows everything. Jamie knows what's gonna happen and what's not gonna happen. But she's like, because she's already been all through this. But that timeline when Josh beats her up and then kicks her off the cliff, she hasn't been through that part yet. So she didn't know that was going to happen. It's like a timeline, and then there's like different paths that she can go through. And she's trying to unlock all of them, so when she goes through it, she knows what's going to happen, and then she can take over the AU. That's what she's trying to do in Kingdom Tale. And she's also trying to do that in every other AU. So, when you see GB in the AU, she's probably going to try to take over the AU. Just to let y'all know, because, Now, back to Mafi. I wasn't trying to talk about GB, but I'm just going to let you know about that. So, because that's important in the story. Like, that's very important in the story. Because if y'all didn't know that until now, you'd be like, how does she know it's gonna happen? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, because I never told you something. I'll explain in another video. But I bet y'all wondering why I do these. Just a blank screen. Sorry. It's because, I'm trying to explain to y'all what's actually going on. Because some people don't get what's going on. It's like, you're like, wow, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Like, I can't explain that to you until you actually figure it out. Because, yeah, me and Butter, I don't really like doing lives anymore. I usually just like doing videos and posting them, but I keep forgetting to post them and then I accidentally delete them. If you get what I'm saying. But, so Mafi, he wants to stop GB, but every time he tries, he dies. So that's what happened in the last timeline. He died. But then he came back because he didn't want to give up. Then he came back and tried to kill GB again. But no! Mafi's the good person. GB's the bad person, Mafi's trying to stop GB from taking over the AUs. And it's not my fault that she's like that. She just wants to take over the AU so she knows. So when she's going through that one with her friends and stuff, she knows what's going to happen. But there's always the secrets in it. Sometimes one path can lead to another one and another one and another one. So that's what GB's trying to figure out, how she can do that. Like, she did that one when she got kicked off the cliff. That was a path going to another path and another path. Because when you go through a path in a timeline, there's always going to be two different directions. It's going to be the good one and there's a bad one. But she already went through the good one, so she's going to go through the bad one. But Mafi's trying to stop her from doing that, and Mafi's just technically trying to break the timeline, but then put it all back together when GB dies. So she can't take over. So she can't take over that AU because it's dead already. Then he puts it, but then after she dies, he's gonna put it all back together. So if you see Mafi about to destroy AU, don't stop him, cause you now you know what's gonna happen. And if y'all don't know who Mafi is, I'll show you a picture of him in a stream, and then you'll finally get what I'm talking about. But I'm just trying to say that Mafi's a nice person. He may look creepy, he may look all this and that, but somebody made him that way, so people won't catch on to what he's doing. But people might think, oh, he's a creep, he's a pedo, oh my god. But last night, I think this was in Kingdom Tale. No, it was on a regular RP. Never mind. But Josh and Butter sinned, and Mafi's not growing up. His birthday was, because I made him sometime in November, because I had him for like a year now. I never told anybody about it the first time I made him because I was like, people not gonna like him. But then I told Butter about it, and he was like, oh, no, okay. And now I think Kuji's not even here anymore. Kuji was just a little character that was like, oh wow, hello and goodbye. But then Kuji gone south and went down. If you don't know who Kuji is, I'm not going to explain it to you because Kuji is not an important character anymore. I was going to make her important, but then I was like, because that's before I made Mafi, because I was going to make her do all that stuff and make her be a stepsister to GB. But then I was like, it doesn't make sense because she's a wolf and she's a dragon, so I was like, so then I made Mafi, because, yeah, and then that happened, the thing I just explained earlier about him trying to kill everybody because GB told him to, or GB told him, yeah, but then, so Josh went downstairs with clothes on, idiot, and went to go drink some beers with Mafi, because now he was 18. Mafi's a very young fellow, GB's very old, so it's going to be kind of hard for Mafi to kill GB. But Mafi turned 18, I'm trying to figure it out, I forgot when I made him. Oh yeah, November 3rd. So now he can drink and stuff. So he's downstairs drinking beer. So Josh goes up to him, starts talking to him, blah blah blah, and he starts drinking beers with Mafi, of course. But then there was this funny part, and GB was there because she reset the timeline. And then she went, she was sitting on the floor, of course, acting normal. And then Mafi walked in, Josh ran up to him and hugged him, picked him up and twirled him around, but then Josh fell. And this was the most funniest path ever. But Mafi landed on top of Josh and kissed him by accident. And dude, if you don't know this, Mafi blushes black, so it kind of looks like he's like evil when he blushes. It's just weird. But whoever thinks Mafi's cute, well, I'm proud of you, because I was trying not to make him cute, but at the same time I was. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? I have yeah. Wasn't it like Halloween Tail? Oh, Hollow Tail. I made a Hollow Tail JB, and dude, if y'all think he looks like a freaking draw kill Bonnie mixed with a freaking scarecrow and a skeleton dragon. Dude, if you think he's cute, god damn, freaking. But back to Mafi. Mafi's that person who's trying to act cool and trying to act tough, but inside he's just really like a little tiny baby. And I will explain this better when I'm doing the picture stuff and doing a stream, because I trying to make y'all explain Mafi, or me explain Mafi, because y'all don't really know the jizz of Mafi yet. The jizz of Mafi, not that type of jizz, but the jizz of Mafi, that's what I'm trying to explain to you now, but I can't because I don't know how to put it into words. But the jizz of Mafi is that he's cool, calm, collective, and probably loving, but he cares a lot too. And he's trying to be nice to everybody, but he can't. Because sometimes violence is the answer, and he doesn't want violence to be the answer. So he's trying to stop violence, and he's trying to be the good person, but everybody thinks he's a bad person, so that's why they try to stay away from him. And that's why, because his original parents knew this was going to happen, because they've been through the timeline. So they kind of reset, and because Mafi's parents were kind of like GB, but then they died because they knew GB was coming. So they're like, well, we have to die now, Mafi, but goodbye. And that's when the war started. So they made the war start. And then they killed themselves, technically. And I just said they died by a war, and that's actually what happened. So then, after that, Mafi had to fend for itself, of course. So then after that, Mafi had to find somebody, but then he went to an orphanage because, you know, after a war, there's like all these kids, and then they have to go to an orphanage because they can't find their moms and they're probably dead. So after that, after found GB, blah 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 blah. So then, yeah. But before his parents died, because Mafi wasn't like a goat, a dragon, all that other stuff. He was just a normal little human. Or a skeleton. But then, since his parents were scientists, they made him into something else. And they did that for a reason. So people wouldn't catch on to him, and they wouldn't hang out with him that often. And that's why Mafi is here. That's how I made Mafi, and that's how he's always gonna be. Never gonna change that story, because that's actually what happened. You think I'm saying Mafi on purpose? No, I'm not trying to say Mafi. I'm trying to say Mafi. That's his name. Mafi. Mafi. And you may be wondering why I'm saying Mafi, because if you added A at the end, it's going to say Mafia. No, I don't know what Mafi means, but that's just what I named him. So thank y'all for watching, and if you didn't understand what I said, leave a comment and say, can you explain this better? I'm like, okay, I will. So thank y'all, and goodbye.